Okay, friends, so we have a loom here, okay, and it has cuts in it because we are going to weave under, over, under, over. And while you're working, I will come by and write your name on your artwork for you. That marker's not working very good. Let's see if this one works better. Okay, and I have different colored looms, so you can choose a color that you like. Then the next step, after you choose your loom, you go pick out your colored strips. I have all different colors in your kindergarten box. So I picked light green, okay? Now what you're gonna do is starting at the left and the bottom. So if you know which hand is your left hand, hold it up in the air, okay? And the bottom. So I'm gonna take my strip and I'm gonna start by going over then under. So watch, the first one I go over, then under, then over, then under, over, then under. Now you'll know you did it right because now your strips look like they made little squares. And at the bottom you see it on the over, and at the top it's going to be under. You want to make sure you push it all the way over to the left, and every time you're going to take your glue and you're going to lift up the bottom, and I'm going to push down and wiggle. I didn't have to do anything else to get this glue to come out. So most of the time if you just push down and wiggle it, it's going to come out. I'm going to make sure I hold that down and count to 10 in my head, and at the top I'm going to lift up the top of my loom. See my strip there? I'm going to put just a dot, not a lot, on each corner. Just 2 dots, that's all I need. Then I'm going to press down the top of my loom and I'm going to hold that down. Okay, now friends, this is where it gets tricky. Okay, a lot of my kindergarten friends have made mistakes on this. Last time I went over, under, over, under. If I were to do the same thing again, it's gonna look like this, and that isn't what I want. So if yours looks like that, you need to take it out, because if I went over last time, this time I want to start by going under first. So I want to do the opposite. So watch, if I go under first, then over, do you see how I start to get it looks like a checkerboard? When you get all done, it should look like a checkerboard, so you'll know you're doing it right when you get all these little squares. So I should have black and green squares. Push it all the way over so that it's making squares. And this time at the top, I'm going to lift up my strip and put just 2 dots of glue, press down, and at the bottom, lift up and press down. Count to 10 in my head. Now this time, last time I went under first. So this time I'm going to ask you, should I start this time by going under or over? You can say it out loud. Over. Good. If you said over, you were right. I'm going to go over, then under. Over, under. Over, under. And you guys are going to be pretty much expert weavers, I know, because we've already done a weaving before. So I'm expecting that this is going to be a little bit easier for a lot of you since you've already done it. Okay, let's try again. At the bottom, last time I went over first, so do I want to go over or under? You can say it out loud. Under. Very good. I want to go under, then over. Now this is my last strip that I have, so we're going to figure out what to do after this. Does it look like I have more room for more strips? So I started off with 4. It looks like I have room for maybe 1, 2, maybe 3. So 2 or 3 more. So I'm gonna go grab those. So I've got 1, 2, maybe I might fit 3 more. Okay, friends, do I go under or over first this time? Under. Under? I heard some people say under. So like this?
Over.
Like this?
Over.
Over. Very good. You know, I think when I glue it on, I'm going to glue it just like this. What do you think?
No.
Right there? No, that doesn't look right? What do I need to do to it? What do I need to do? Brance? Straighten it out and push it all the way over, right? Okay, good. So I'll know that you guys are going to do that on yours. Got to lift the bottom up. Put the 2 dots. Uh-oh.
We're gonna play checkers. Yeah, because I played checkers.
Thank you, kindergarten, for sitting nice and quiet. Okay, this time I'm gonna go under over. Still want to push it all the way over so they look like squares. Now, it looks like I might be able to fit 1 more, but I'm not gonna be able to because I don't have enough room in some of these spaces to go under, and I don't want to rip my paper. So this one is going to go back in the kindergarten box, nice and neat for somebody else to use. What I'm going to do now, friends, is I want to check and make sure everything got glued down good. So I'm going to lift up the bottom. Everything's glued down. Right here, it looks like, even though I put glue there, it didn't get stuck down. So maybe I need to count to 10 again. At the bottom here, everything looks good. So if everything's good, then this can go on the drying rack, okay?